It's really interesting how when people really want to know each other, they will find a way. Yeah, they will find a way. I've seen this happen before. My dad comes from the generation of Lakota people. It's probably the last generation that their first language was Lakota. And that's the only language they spoke until they went to school. Then they had no choice. They had to learn English. And my dad is a very smart man, but when he talks English, he talks like a little kid because he never finished school because he had to work. That's how it was in those days. And so when you hear people from his generation talking English, it sounds kind of funny because it sounds like they're old kids or something. But their Lakota is really good. Of course, it's their first language. My folks are divorced, but in my teens, my mother and father became friends again. And my mother would always say, "Yeah, we're better as friends. He's like my best friend," she said. But they never wanted to get back together again because they knew that wouldn't work. But friendship, they were really good friends. I admire that. And I think that has to do with their Lakota upbringing. It's more emotionally healthy than the Western world. One time he was visiting us, and I was about 15 years old. And that one summer, there was an organization in town that was building a community center for the Indian neighborhood and focusing on Indian kids. So every few weeks, there would be a different volunteer group coming in from some place, yeah, some place in this world. And one session, they were from Germany. They were from different parts of the country. They learned about this community center and they wanted to help Indian people. So they came to our reservation, and the organizer of this building, he went around the Indian neighborhood asking people if the workers could use their bathrooms, if two workers could come use their bathroom in the evening time to take a shower because they didn't have shower facilities yet in this building. And the families willingly took them. So sometime during the evening time, two German guys came to our house to use our bathroom, and they were really nice. They kept it clean. They came, took showers, and then they cleaned the bathroom for us. They were very nice about that. They didn't just leave it a mess. It was good. And these two guys that came, one of them, he spoke English really good. And he was both of them were very friendly. But one of the two was really quiet. And he took a shower first. And the friendly guy was talking with my mom. And he said, "Yeah, this guy, he's really quiet." He said, "He comes from a part of Germany where we don't even understand what he's saying." He said, "So I'm thinking he must be from the north. Now that I live here, I kind of think he's from the north." But they said they couldn't even understand him, and they didn't even know what he was saying a lot of the time. And because nobody understood him, he felt alone. Yeah, he was kind of a quiet person, very quiet, and he didn't participate with the group. He was just very, very strange. So my dad was listening, and so that quiet guy, he was in the shower first. So when he got done, he came and My dad said, "Come sit in the living room." He said. So the guy came and sat down, and the other guy took a shower. So my dad started talking to this guy, just asking him questions, and like I said, my dad's English is really, really simple. Sometimes it comes out funny. Like, like for example, there were two little kids outside the house one time. This is another time. The two little kids were really arguing with each other. So my dad went out there. Hey, you guys, don't be arguing. Arguing. He meant arguing. Yeah, stop arguing. He meant to say, don't be arguing. That's what I mean. Their English is very, very simple because they didn't really learn it good. Yeah, but they're valuable because they're the last generation to speak Lakota the best. My dad's generation was the last of the excellent speakers because there was a lot of them. So my dad asked this German guy, "Come in, sit down." He said, "You want a coffee?" So the guy said, "Okay." So my dad got him a cup of coffee, and then my dad said, "Do you smoke?" And the guy said, "Yeah." So my dad offered him a cigarette, and so my dad was just asking him, "Well, so where are you from?" And the guy started to talk with my dad, and I think he could feel the friendliness from my dad. So he started to loosen up. And it was so funny hearing these two talk because they both spoke really bad English. It's so funny. Yeah, they both had the same level of English speaking skills, and they're just barely talking, but they're talking. Yeah, nobody is there saying, "Oh, no, no, that's not how you say it. You say it this way." Nobody's trying to correct them because that would just make it worse. Yeah. So, with the limited English language skills they have, over a 3-week period of time, they became good friends. Yeah. And the other German guy said, "I don't know what's going on with this guy, but geez, all of a sudden he's really talking a lot." He said, and he's always in a good mood. So he said that to us. He said, "I think it has to do with my dad's name is Joseph." So he said, "I think it has to do with Joseph." He said, "Joe is really opening this guy up." So my mom said, "Well, at least Joe can do one good thing." My mom said. And so it was so interesting to see this, yeah, that their English was just horrible, but they became friends, yeah. And like I said, there was no grammar police standing there saying, "No, it's not arguing, it's arguing. No, it's not you is, it's you are." Nobody was standing there trying to correct their English. Instead, these two, they found a way. And even though it was not good English, they still became really good friends. I really think that was beautiful to witness that. So don't you ever tell me the white man's language is a bad language. Don't you ever tell me that. Language is language. It's not good or bad. It's the person who's speaking it. Because I've been lied to by people who speak Lakota. I have been lied to by people who Lakota was their first language. I have been deceived. I have been cheated on by people who spoke Lakota language. So you don't tell me that English is a bad language, because it's not. It's the person who's speaking the language. See, here you had a white German and a Lakota man, and they both had very limited English skills. But with what they had, they became best friends. And when it was time for these Germans to go back to Germany, my dad told this German guy, he said, "Yeah, it was really, really good to know you," he said. "And I hope you have a safe trip back to your country." And he said, "In our language," he said, "there's no goodbye, because in Lakota, life is a circle. There's no goodbye," he said. "It's always about new beginnings," he said. "So I wish you a new beginning in your homeland," he said. And he said, "On friendship, always here," and he pointed to his heart. "We'll always be friends." In Lakota, we say, "Doksha ake." We don't say goodbye, because there's no goodbye. There's no such thing as goodbye. But we say, "Until next time." Yeah. And this German guy started to, tears were welling up, he could see. So my dad said, "Let's go outside and have a coffee." So they went outside, started talking some more, and then that was that. I always wish I could find this guy. Yeah, and I don't know his name. I really don't know his name. I was 15 years old. Yeah. So I was more into playing guitar and what are you calling girls. So but what I observed though, what I observed was that watching these two develop a best friendship with very limited English skills. Yeah? The German guy could speak excellent German from his dialect. And my dad, perfect Lakota language speaker. But both of them had really low English skills. And this is not a bad thing, okay? But even through that, they managed to become best friends because they wanted to be friends. Yeah? So it shows you that we are designed to communicate with each other. Language is very important because it helps us to bind ourselves to each other. We're not designed to be alone. We're designed to be with somebody, whether that's romantic or friendship. Both are good. Both are important. Yeah. So language, it's not good or bad. It's necessary. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't say water and air are bad for us. You can't say that, or you can't say they're necessarily good. We need water and we need air to live. It's just we need it. We don't apply labels of good and bad. But instead, no, we say we need it to live. We need water and air to live. And we need language to live with each other, to love each other, to learn from each other, to teach one another, to help one another, to ask for help from one another, to support one another. We need language. That means we are not created to be alone. Like I said, it goes to show you when people really, really want to be in a certain situation, they will find a way to communicate with each other. It doesn't matter if their language skills are low. That's not important. What's important is that they make that attempt to connect with each other.
To read more about Lakota Star Knowledge spirituality, you can read my book called Wichocha Otechike. You can see the book cover on the right side of this screen. This book contains the information to what I talk about on my Lakota spirituality videos. To purchase this book, please click below where it says Show More. Clicking on that link will open up the description below, and there you will see a link called To Purchase My Books. As you will see, it's an eBay link. Click on that eBay link, and there you will see the information to get this book. Lila Pila Mayelo. Thank you very much.